Welcome once again to this past week's edition of An Irritable Person's Mailbag, during which I will recite in my usual nasal drone everything you could have read Monday through Friday on my Substack, Ask an Irritable Person. Monday. Dear Irritable Person, I am having trouble with my boss. I have half a mind to speak my mind. But then I thought, well now, before I do that, let me get some feedback from an unsympathetic observer. And I thought of you. I work in the production department for a major supermarket tabloid. We are busy all the time and waiting for the day when AI replaces us with robots who look and sound exactly like us. Or something like that. Maybe I'm thinking of Westworld. Anyway, my boss is all about, quote, squeezing the last bit of juice, unquote, out of us and then, quote, discarding our desiccated husks, unquote, so that she can cut costs and save her own job. She actually said that while getting hammered at our most recent holiday party. Her drunken little outburst seriously killed the festive vibe the rest of us desperately needed. So I admit I'm a little miffed at her about that. She tweeted afterwards that she was, quote, JK, not JK, unquote, which I think was her way of apologizing. But frankly, I'm beginning to wonder whether management really has our best interests at heart. Anyway, I just spent all day, tweaking and retweaking my font choices for one headline for one article. The headline was 69 Great Ways to Save, but my boss kept insisting that the, quote, weird fonts, unquote, I used made the headline read like Great Ways to Save 69, which she informed me, quote, sounds like a porno thing, unquote. Her stated concern was that anything even slightly racy might kill off a good chunk of our magazine's key demographic, which is people over 80 with heart conditions. But I'm wondering if maybe she gave away her real agenda by ending each of her increasingly nasty texts to me with the phrase, quote, if you don't like it, then quit, unquote. What do you think? Should I try to dialogue with her? On a possibly unrelated topic, a homeless person asked me for change today, and I cursed at them and told them to get a job and suffer like the rest of us. Was that wrong of me? Sincerely, Confused. Dear Confused, let me clarify this for you. Your boss wants you dead. I don't think you should talk to her until you've unionized your coworkers and are prepared to go on strike until your demands for job security and a living wage are met. At least you can be grateful that there are more and more homeless people in the world who you can use as targets for your misplaced rage. Jesus Christ, it's tough in the middle, isn't it, you passive-aggressive rube? This is just too much. You are too much. I'm done with you. Exhausted. Irritable Person. Tuesday. Dear Irritable Person, I don't pay my fair share in taxes. Does that make me a bad person? Sincerely, Scofflaw. Dear Scofflaw, that makes you a leech, possibly a felon, and probably a billionaire. Whether you're a bad person or not depends entirely on how you treat cats and dogs. Sincerely, Irritable Person. Wednesday. Dear Irritable Person, you are in so much pain. I hear it in your column every day. So much anger, so much bitterness. Let me help you. I am a self-licensed mental health counselor with a degree from the toughest academy there is, the School of Life. You may think my credentials are somewhat unconventional. You may feel that I'm underqualified and resist my effort to poke around in your brain to see what I can shake loose. Fear not. From what I can see, you are a miserable human being, no offense, and have very little left to lose. I want to perform a little exercise with you right now. Are you sitting comfortably? Good. I want you to write a list of 5 things that you are grateful for, truly grateful for. Can you do that without snark or sarcasm? Sincerely, here to help. P.S. I made my 6 children write these gratitude lists daily, beginning at the age of 3, and it helped them to become the fine young psychiatrists that they are today. Dear Quack, you're a graduate of the School of Life? Does that mean you're dead? Is this an epistolary seance? You can help me? That gave me a chuckle. which was really the only benefit I received from reading your email all the way through to the end. Just another 45 seconds of my life wasted, so thanks for that. Did I ask you for help? That's right, no. I didn't think I did. You know what? Maybe you should be working on yourself, bimbo. No offense. But from what I can see, you've got that most common of afflictions, a superiority complex. You just love telling other people what they should do, don't you? Particularly when they haven't asked you what you think they should do. And so, in keeping with the nauseating spirit of your email, in which you tried to give me unwanted and unasked for advice, I've written down 5 things that I think you should be grateful for, you toxic bastard. And it is written with all the snark and sarcasm that I can muster, so go fuck yourself, vigorously. You ought to be grateful for 1. Your victims, who believe your bullshit and inspire you to feel an unwarranted sense of superiority over them when they take your terrible advice. Remember, this is your gratitude list, not mine. 2. Your sheer obliviousness, which blinds you to your very real need for extensive psychiatric help. Why don't you ask your kids for free sessions? It seems only fair that they should get a whack at you, given how much you must have damaged them while they were growing up. 3. Your sheer gall, which allows you to believe that you have all the answers for yourself and every other human being on the planet. 4. Your 6 children, upon whom you could inflict your misbegotten and damaging whims with impunity. 5. Your inability to answer in the form of a question, which leads you to make the mistake of telling others what you think they should do, rather than simply asking them, "How can I help?" You disgust me. Sincerely, Irritable person. Thursday. Dear Irritable person, I'm having money problems. My main problem is that I don't have enough money. To me, the whole point of having money is so that I don't have to work. Therefore, the idea of working harder to make money seems absolutely crazy to me. Why accumulate wealth if I'm working so hard that I don't have a chance to enjoy it? Am I right? What am I supposed to do with it if I don't have time to spend it on my own empty pleasures? Give it to charity? Invest in worthwhile enterprises? Donate to political candidates who refuse to accept dark money contributions? Why would anyone become rich just to waste their cash like that? Can you give me some ideas on how I can make a lot of money with a minimal amount of effort? Thanks. Need it now. Dear Needy, I admire the clarity with which you frame your goals. Having said that, you are a lazy piece of shit scumbag. Having gotten that off my chest, let's go through your top 3 options, shall we? 1. Crime. Anything from petty robbery to massive insider trading fraud. Pros. If you find that you're good at crime, this can be quite lucrative. Cons. Prison, if you find that you're not good at crime. The best criminals are the ones who can pay the best lawyers to keep them out of jail. And if you think you need money badly now, wait till you arrive as a newbie at the state pen and you need to start paying for protection and contraband. 2. Selling yourself. Anything from paid medical trials and blood donations to, well, you know where I'm going with this, don't you? Pros. Don't freak out. You don't have to be unsafe. There will always be some old rich dude who wants to spank you with your pants still on. You said you wanted money, didn't you? How fussy can you afford to be? Cons. Your trick's sporadic lack of personal hygiene. Also, prison, again. Also, you only have so much blood to sell, so reserve those 10 to 12 pints for the highest bidder. 3. The stock market. Anything from prudent and safe 401ks, to insider trading. Pros. You can make a killing by investing in companies that employ sub-minimum wage labor. Think of the profit margins. Don't think of going to hell when you die. Cons. To make it big in the stock market, you would be well advised to invest only money you can afford to lose. In other words, if you don't already have a lot of money, you're fucked. Your best shot is to acquire insider connections so that you know to buy on the next dip. To follow this path, begin by getting elected to Congress. Once you're sworn in, there will be a variety of avenues for legalized corruption available to you. Summary. Having reviewed your options, I'd say, to return to today's theme, you're fucked. Try to get by on less, little Lord Fauntleroy. We're in the early days of a global economic collapse. It's time to grow your own fucking vegetables and learn how to mend your own damn clothes. If it helps, you're not alone. We're all fucked. Build that cabin in the woods that you never wanted. Stop buying bottled water and start collecting rainwater. Try on that hair shirt. It fits well, and it's comfortable. That's a lie, but any lie repeated enough times becomes true. Abandon all hope that you will become accustomed to the finer things in life. The finer things in life you've got in store for you are ramen from the dollar store and resentment of the more effectively corrupt. Enjoying your anticipated misery, irritable person. Friday. Dear irritable person, I feel ambivalent about just about everything. I don't know if I should even be writing you. I've started and stopped this email about a dozen times since last week. I'm not even sure about this shirt that I'm wearing. When I put it on, I thought it looked great, but now I think it makes me look fugly. I don't know. Maybe my problem is I'm being too hard on myself, expecting myself to meet some impossible standard of perfection and to never put a foot wrong. Or maybe not. What do you think? If you tell me, I'll just take your word for it and stop second-guessing myself, I promise. Sincerely, Maybe. Dear Maybe, I see what you're talking about with the ambivalence. You make me ambivalent about having anything to do with you, but this gig is what this gig is, so here we go with some advice that, despite your protestations otherwise, I'm sure you will ignore. In psychiatric circles, there is a name for your condition. You're a mess. You're just a hot mess, baby. If you're this conflicted about which shirt to wear or whether to send an email, I hope that you lead a very easy life with a lot of people on staff 24/7, 365 to make your big decisions for you, like what to have for lunch or which gala fundraiser to lend your support to. Jesus, Huckleberry Christ. Okay, so here's the actual advice part of the advice column. Think of it like this. Life is a 2-lane highway stretching through Oklahoma with very little other traffic on it. Pick a fucking lane. Whatever feels right. You won't know if you're going east or west. It's fucking Oklahoma. It looks the same in every fucking direction. Do you know your right from your left? Are you sure? I don't think so. Just pick the lane that feels right. And don't worry, you're only going to be wrong 50 to 95% of the time. If you're in the wrong lane, you'll realize it once you spot that 18-wheeler of life dead ahead of you, bearing down fast. Try to switch lanes before it smashes into you. You'll note I said try to switch lanes. Things may not go your way. This plan isn't perfect. You want perfect? Stare at an egg if you can afford one, and get off my back. If you believe in a higher power, pray to him, her, them, it for help in picking the right lane. And if you don't believe in a higher power, I predict that you'll start believing once you see that 18-wheeler rushing toward your front bumper. Some people call it faith. I call it cheating, but whatever. I almost feel sorry for you, and I never feel sorry for anybody, not even myself. And if there's anyone I should feel sorry for, it's me, wasting my time responding to you. It's like talking to a weak breeze. I find this unsettling. Never write to me again. I'll be looking for your twisted wreckage by the side of life's highway. All the best, irritable person. That's it for this week's mailbag. Look for Irritable Person's weekly catch-up audio mailbag every Sunday, and follow the daily column, Ask an Irritable Person, every Monday through Friday on Substack. Or subscribe. It's free and virtually certain to remain so for the foreseeable future.